Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're back on some more Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I don't know why I'm on zombies. This is not zombies. Recently I've been playing a lot of shrimp. I don't know what it is, but I've just really been liking shrimp recently. I don't know, as I like his primaries, I like his aesthetic, I like the way he looks, I like the way cosmetics look on him. Overall, I'm quite the fan of shrimp. This is not the team that shrimp's on. Before we get started with the video, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support recently. Our last couple of videos just have been absolutely popping off. We've been gaining so many subscribers. Welcome everyone new to the channel. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. We are almost at 1,000 subs. Currently at the time of recording this, we are at 953. 1K subs is going to be the face reveal, so make sure to subscribe down below. Turn notifications on as well because I plan to do more live streams a lot more frequently. So if you want to go ahead and join our live where I will be playing with viewers and overall we just have a good time in our live streams. Also, usually when I do live stream, I am in the VC in the Discord, so if you'd like to go ahead and join the Discord, the link for that will also be in the description. And yeah, we should probably actually talk about what the title of today's video is, Garden Warfare 3. Today we're going to be talking about what I would want for Garden Warfare 3. Now, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Garden Warfare 3 is not a game that's going to happen. Everyone who made the previous PvZ shooter games is no longer employed at PopCap, so there's no one there to make a shooter game at the moment. Maybe in the future they will recruit more people to make another shooter game, but it's not looking likely because Battle for Neighborville not only did terribly, they tried to release Plants vs Zombies 3, the tower defense game, and that game has since been cancelled. So as of right now, it is not looking good for the Plants vs Zombies series. But this video is just a what if, so today we're going to be talking about what I would want to see in Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 3. Recently I was looking at I looked up Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 3 leaks. I know that there wasn't going to be any, but I just wanted to see what people were talking about previously, like before BFN came out and stuff. And I came across this tweet by Hey I'm Jay. It was posted November 28th, 2022, so this was after BFN was released. And the post says, this footage is probably around 2018, which was early BFN development. This is probably Garden Warfare 3, before the game got reworked into BFN, since there are variants there. And this tweet really got me thinking, what would I want for Garden Warfare 3? I will have the link for this tweet in the description, because I think this is a really interesting tweet. It's a really interesting clip of just looking at what we could have gotten with Garden Warfare 3. I mean, obviously it is extremely early development, but you know, it is still interesting to look at. As you can see, things like the sprint meter were always planned, a new UI was always planned, new sound effects, all stuff like that. The game was planned to be extremely different than Garden Warfare 3. I think that the first thing that Garden Warfare 3 would need, I think that Garden Warfare 3 should really hone in on balance. Now, I love this game. I love that the game is unbalanced. I love that the game is just casual fun, and it's nothing to take seriously because you are fighting as plants and zombies. Like, I don't know how you could end up taking this game seriously. I am a little zombie that is about to call in a shrimp mech that shoots a pink laser. You cannot take this game seriously. But I think if they were to make another installment, it wouldn't hurt for the game's balance to be a little better. In Garden Warfare 2, there is just some variants and some characters that are flat out better at their job than others. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's what makes Garden Warfare 2 Garden Warfare 2. It's incredibly goofy, unbalanced, and fun. But if they were to make another game, it's something that I would want to see changed. I'm still fine with having the goofy fun. A little balance change would just make the game's overall experience feel a little better. As well as, since their plans for Garden Warfare 3 was going to be to change the game a good amount, just based off the UI, having a bit better balance also wouldn't hurt. And the reason that I say better balance leads me into my next point. I would want a ranked mode. PopCap has tested ranked mode. As people know, there was a ranked mode in Battle for Neighborville, but that game was just far less popular, so less people know about it generally. Battle Arena was awesome in Battle for Neighborville when I was able to play it. I'm not sure what rank I got. I'm not sure how much I played it. I didn't play it too much, but I have played it before. And I think the concept of Battle Arena would be perfect to have in the next game. A rank system that functions on one map with the same rule set even. I think that the rule set that they did was awesome. Once you play a character and win a round with that character, you can't play that character again. As well as it was round-based and no respawning. Until the next round starts, obviously. I've only had one good tasting G Fuel flavor, and that's FaZe Berry. I don't like FaZe as an organization, but I will give them credit. They do make a good G Fuel flavor. I also think one thing that Garden Warfare 3 would absolutely need to survive is a much better story mode. Garden Warfare 2 has a very bland story mode, but it has a story mode. Garden Warfare 2 story mode is incredibly simple and very, very basic all around. There's not much going on. It's usually just a lot of graveyard ops and just like very, very boring, repetitive missions. You're not... Okay, there you go. I was not about to let that guy survive. I did get it shared, but we take those. I think a full-fledged story mode, even like building off of what BFN laid out for a story mode, even Battle for Neighborville had a better story mode than Garden Warfare 2. I think that Garden Warfare 2 did amazing, and I think that this is an amazing game. But I also think that I might be able to get a couple kills here, which would be awesome. We're going to call the mech right in front of them all because I just do things like that. Hold on. Try to. You shitter. And that was the last one I'm going to kill. I'm going to get my ass out of here. I should not be alive. I think a much more in-depth campaign would be awesome. Something just a little less repetitive and something just that feels more refined. I don't want to say I'd want like a COD-like campaign, but I'd want something that would entice someone to purchase the game just based off the campaign alone. Because I don't think that many people were buying Garden Warfare 2 strictly for the campaign. Because the campaign is incredibly simple, and it wasn't like advertised for the campaign. The game was advertised for the multiplayer. And I do think that the game should remain that way. The game should definitely be multiplayer focused because, you know, I like multiplayer more and that's what I want, so I don't really care what other people think. But I also think that if they want to appeal to a larger audience, then they should definitely look towards making a better story mode. I say this as if PopCap's going to listen to this and just make Garden Warfare 3. There's no one working there anymore to make it, so I don't know why I'm just talking like this. So yeah, must need would definitely be a story mode. That guy got fucking beamed. Whoever says this character is bad is just wrong. Like, this is such a good imp. I think that the next thing on my bucket list would be long-term support. I think that goes without saying, but I am going to add it to my bucket list just because of, you know, Battle for Neighborville not getting that. I think that one thing that helped Garden Warfare 2 succeed tremendously is them reintroducing support to the game. I think that reintroducing support to old games has worked tremendously well in the past. It worked incredibly well for Garden Warfare 2, and another game that it worked incredibly well for was Payday 2. Payday 2 for years went without any updates or any new DLC or anything like that. And once they reintroduced updates and new DLC to the game's player base exploded exponentially because the game started to feel new again. You had old players coming back to see the new content, and you had pre-existing players just liking the game more because there's more things to do. It's a win-win for both sides of the player base. So I think that long-term support is a need. Garden Warfare 2, it worked tremendously. When they brought back support for the game, it also worked tremendously. So it would only make sense for them to continue long-term support. I'm going to say that this is on my bucket list, but it's not like top priorities. But this would be absolute dream scenario. Dream scenario Garden Warfare 3 would have all of the Battle for Neighborville characters ported to a very similar engine to Garden Warfare 2 and a very similar feeling game to Garden Warfare 2, as well as add new classes and new variants. As well as add new variants for all of the Battle for Neighborville classes that are getting ported to the new game. Because I think that Battle for Neighborville had the best new classes, and I know I'm not alone in that opinion. A lot of people really like the new classes that were introduced in Battle for Neighborville. They just didn't have any variants, so people got bored of them really fast. They replaced it with a very repetitive upgrade system that people just didn't like, and I think that if they introduced all of the Battle for Neighborville classes into a Garden Warfare-like game, that it would do tremendously well. Electric Slide, one of my favorite zombies they've ever added to the Plants vs. Zombies games. Nightcap is my favorite plant they've ever added. I absolutely love Nightcap. The day that Battle for Neighborville came out, I got Nightcap mastered immediately. She was the only character I played. I love Nightcap so much. Such a good character. Of course it was Stinkerton 96. Who else would it be besides the Stinkerton 96? I've always had this opinion that I think that the Battle for Neighborville classes would have always worked better in a Garden Warfare-like game. I think that, like, a character like Oak, right? It just makes so much sense. There's already Torchwood. And I think a Torchwood Oak on the same team would just be so silly and so goofy to see. It would be so fun. As well as seeing a character like Space Cadet being represented in a Garden Warfare-like fashion. It would be so cool to see, and it's what it should have been. There's so much more I could talk about with my thoughts on Garden Warfare 3, but I think that's all we're going to talk about for today. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll have a link to the tweet in the description that I referenced in this video. If you want to go ahead and take a look at it, I think that it is a really interesting piece of very just unseen Plants vs. Zombies gameplay. The tweet only has about like 200 likes, which is kind of crazy. I'm surprised it's not as big as it could be because it is straight up just early development of Battle for Neighborville. I think that is just really cool to see. As well as I want to thank you guys so much for all the support recently. I know I've already said this, but I can't thank y'all enough. 1K subs, we are going to be doing a face reveal. I do plan to do a live stream very soon, probably tomorrow or the next day. As well as I have a very big project in the works. I can't say too much about it, but all I can say is watch out for next live stream or next video because I will have an update on it then. I think that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.